And welcome back. This is Chaos. I'm bringing you Tyler versus July. This is game 2 on Metalopolis. And spawning in the 3 o'clock position is Liquid Tyler, and spawning in the 9 o'clock position is Startail July. First game, pretty close game, but July did take the win. I like how Tyler opened with this one base kind of Stargate build and really put some early pressure on July and was able to take a natural expansion pretty safely while still maintaining map control and keeping July guessing. But July just had some really great attack timings, which were a little unconventional for Zerg. Zerg's quite often like the drone up heavy, and July prefers to actually get some extra units and put pressure on. And I think that kind of caught Tyler off guard. And really, at the end, it was a attack within seconds. Because if Tyler would have got his storm finished another 20 seconds earlier, he would have been in a position to really hit July hard. But July pushed in with so many roaches and really costed Tyler his whole army, and the GG quickly came after. So on this map here, we are seeing that July, in his pretty typical characteristic, is going with a spawning pool first build. And Tyler not going for a fast expand, just making a gateway at the choke of the ramp. And I'm curious to see if Tyler is going to try this Stargate play again, or if he has another build that he's ironed out to pull off here. Protoss have been having a lot of difficulty in this Zerg matchup lately. And really, guys like Tyler are people that try to think of new builds that try to test the limits of the matchup. They might not be as practiced necessarily, but the timings on them usually are quite good. So if anybody could pull through this, it would be Liquid Tyler. But July, just such a aggressive player, and he just has so much time in as well, being a Brood War champion as well. And Tyler has been playing since Brood War as well. But I would have to give the edge a little bit to July. Tyler doing a good job delaying that natural expansion with that pylon, but July getting a full scout off at this point, and he kind of sees everything that's going on. Tyler did take a pretty quick second gas, though, shortly after his cybernetics finished. So he's going to be in a position to do a more techier build if he chooses to. He's not going to just like 4-gate or do something very basic. And obviously, July has taken that natural expansion, just getting that extra queen, and he has speed almost finished. So his Lings are going to have a great map control, and a Stargate has went down for Tyler. So we're seeing a very similar build to last game. I don't know if it's good that Tyler built that Stargate so close to the edge, because essentially an Overlord and a couple of Roaches could easily pick off that Stargate if Tyler's not careful. Thankfully that July hasn't got the scout on it. And a couple more gateways are going down for Tyler, so he's going to be in just a gateway, obviously Stargate composition. I'm curious to see if it's going to be Void Rays again, or if he's going to choose to go with Phoenix. I've seen a lot of good builds with Phoenixes early on. And let's see what's about to pop. And it is a Void Ray, and it is being Chrono Boost up pretty heavily here. And Tyler looks like he's gearing up to take in expansion. And he's going to rely on this Void Ray to do a lot of damage. And once again, he's going to catch Tyler in a position, or catch July in a position here where he doesn't have any spores out. He hasn't even started an Evo chamber yet. And he's going to rely purely on queens to try to hold this Void Ray off. And the first Void Ray is out, a second one is coming, and at this point last game the Evo Chamber was already started. In this case it looks like 2 queens are on the way, and Tyler getting some essential Overlord kills this time around. Evo Chamber has been thrown down right away by July, which is the appropriate response, but taking that Overlord that did supply block July for a minute. And July's got to pull all his Overlords back to the base just so they're safe. And a second Void Ray has popped, so really going to be a good window for Tyler to do some damage. And he's actually hunting down another Void Ray that went northbound. And it looks like the smoke is going to save it, and Tyler's not going to find that Void Ray, or sorry, find that Overlord. and adding on a couple of gates, going up to 4 gateways at this point. And a Roach Warren is on the way for July. Now we do have a lair started for July, and Tyler did find that Overlord after all on the top of the map, and he will be bringing these Void Rays together. So we're going to see a lair with Roach, so he's probably going to go with like a Roach speed kind of build here. And I kind of favor Tyler's build right now. It seems like it could be quite strong in this position, because there's not going to be Hydralisks that early like there were in the last game to hold this off. So Tyler might hit a pretty strong timing here where he can have a good gateway push behind it. He's going to be on 5 gates behind this. And if he combines it with these 2 Void Rays, it's going to be a great attack. And Tyler moving into the main with these Void Rays, he's got to be careful not to be caught out of position and have these queens take them out unnecessarily. Having 2 Void Rays in your mix can be very strong, especially if you have a good gateway backbone, because obviously the Void Rays, when they're fully charged, do so much DPS. And Hydra Den has went down for July, and +1 attacks are on the way, so we're going to have obviously very strong Hydras as the backbone of July's army. And Robo Bay has went down, so it looks like Tyler's going to flip straight into probably Colossus production, which is kind of a mirror image of last game, but the timings are lining up a little bit different. And that one Void Ray is trying to deny this 3rd base, which if he can deny this and keep the bases equal, then Tyler's going to be in a fantastic position here. Both Void Rays joining the fray, and since the creep spread isn't there, those Hydras won't be able to reinforce, and the 3rd does get denied, at least temporarily here. One queen is trying to get in there. Tyler could focus this down, and the Hydras have entered the fray, so now the Voids will have to go, and being pretty good, only taking minimal hull damage on that. And Twilight Council is going down, so we might be seeing a blink play. And Tyler choosing to engage these Hydras. Oh my god, it looks like Tyler might lose it. And Tyler with great micro just managing to get those Void Rays out. And so close to losing them. And July going just into a Roach Hydra mix. He's actually getting tunneling on those Roaches, as well as +2 attacks on the way. And Tyler is just not spending his Chrono Boost really well. He has a lot on both Nexuses, so he could boost some upgrades out at a very quick rate if he chooses to. And Spire is going down for July, so it's almost the same setup as last game. The execution's a little bit different. Tyler isn't nearly as behind as he was in the last game because that 3rd base has been delayed, but he's still kind of on the back foot now. Now Tyler's trying to take a 3rd base, but he's going to have to cancel that in a minute once these Roaches stream up there. And he's got to cancel that Nexus because it's going to go down for sure. And Tyler choosing to engage here. He's got to make sure his force fields are perfect here, or else he's going to lose all his sentries. And that Burrow is in the play here. Oh, Burrow is... or Tunneling Claws is just a second away here. Blink is about to finish. Once Blink is done, Tyler's going to be in a great position to obviously do some good micro. And those Void Rays helping some DPS here. And there's no Hydras around, so Tyler getting a really solid engagement here. But it looks like July is pulling way ahead in the food counts, so... And a lot of Stalkers and a lot of Sentries did go down in that fight. And that's really not what you want to have happen here, because those force fields are just so essential for zoning out those Roaches. And Tyler's really behind in the upgrades as well. He's got +1 on the way, but the +2 attacks, range attacks for the Hydras and the Roaches will be finished momentarily. So I'm not sure how he's going to transition here into the kind of mid to late game. And he's going to be trying to get these High Templars, it looks like, a little bit earlier this time. But they're still about 2 minutes out, so July will have a window where if he attacks, he'll be able to crush this third without too much resistance. And July is streaming a lot of units down, so Tyler really needs to move, because otherwise how is he going to hold this third? And he's got a full choke off here, but really with this many units, it's not going to be long before July is in there. And Tyler is supply blocked as well, and he's forced to evacuate, and it looks like this third is going to get toasted here. Now, a ton of force fields are going down trying to zone this attack correctly, and the roaches are actually burrowing underneath, and really the stalkers are starting to go down. Almost all the sentries have been taken out, and Tyler just getting caught out of position there, and he's going to need some really great micro here to trade effectively. And he's doing a pretty good blink micro here, and these roaches are just pressuring so hard, and really July is just pulling so far ahead. He'll probably gear up to take a fourth pretty soon here, but so far he's just been streaming more roaches into the fight. And Tyler is throwing down another Nexus, trying to take this third again, but I think he's got to be a little bit more careful about trying to either wall off earlier or at least leave his units midway. But he's going to actually try to do a counterattack here with just his stalkers. But it's just like there's so many units for July at this point, and the economies are starting to get much further apart. And Tyler having to pull back, losing more stalkers. The High Templar are starting to come on the map, and the Storm research has started just now. So there's still going to be, I'd say, another 60-second window here. Chrono Boost is getting used on Storm in this game, which is going to be critical, but we're seeing such a push out. And I think July is going to catch Tyler without Storm 2 games in a row. And the engagement's about to happen, and Tyler's got to keep these High Templar back. And he really needs to make them into Archons right now, otherwise they're just a waste of resources. And all those High Templar go down, and Tyler's just going to be caught without his Storm again. And GG, July takes it